Unforgettable stories out of Western Jamaica from the scrapbooks of Adrian Freighter. The death of 21-year-old St. James woman Taniesha Brackett, whose lifeless body was found slumped in a car which was parked across the road from a supermarket operated by her mother, was one of the 1997 stories that spoke to the dangers of ingesting cocaine and then flying off as a drug mule. Following the discovery of Brackett's body, which was reportedly transported to the location in the car which was reportedly driven there by an unknown man, preliminary investigations by the police suggested that she might have swallowed packages of cocaine, one of which ruptured in her stomach. Following that incident, I did an investigative story for the Gleaner, which was published on December 12, 1997, under the headline, "Dying to Make Others Rich." Last week, two persons, a 21-year-old female high school graduate and a 44-year-old visitor to the island, died in Montego Bay after packages of cocaine they had ingested to transport to the lucrative illicit drug market in the United States ruptured in their bodies. However, despite the deadly danger posed by such a practice, ingesting cocaine and other drugs, many persons, both local and foreigners, anxious to grab some of the millions of dollars reportedly circulating in the international drug trade, continue to risk their lives as mules for wealthy drug lords. According to Corporal C.J. Clark of the Coral Gardens Police Station in Montego Bay, based on police intelligence, we have discovered that a large number of young people, especially women in their teens and early 20s, are operating as full-time drug mules. The prospect of a 9-to-5 job does not appeal to them, so they have taken up trafficking drugs as their livelihood, he added.
A police officer is accused of smuggling cocaine from Jamaica to South Florida inside her body. Police say 42-year-old Shelly-Ann Shireen Allen arrived at Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International Airport, and following an inspection by U.S. Customs and Border Protection, agents found drugs inside her private area, pellets of packaged drugs in her stomach, and in each bra cup.
Yet, despite its obvious dangers, ingesting cocaine is said to be the means preferred by drug dealers. According to a source in the Montego Bay underworld, swallowing is the best way to move drugs, as customs can see into or search a person's belly. The health risks, he added, are few and largely due to carelessness. Whilst a package sometimes bursts and kills people, that is not something that happens often, he said. In the cases that it happened, it is usually because it was not wrapped properly. In explaining what happens when a package of cocaine bursts into the stomach of a drug mule, renowned Montego Bay-based physician Dr. Paul Robinson said that cocaine is a narcotic painkiller. When it gets into the bloodstream, it circulates to the brain, where it affects the functions of the central nervous system. In large amount, it normally causes serious injury to the brain. For most, that type of damage is irreversible. Any kind of injury to the brain is dangerous, as in most cases it can be fatal, said Robinson. While the police have stated that in recent times a substantial number of persons have died as a result of ingesting cocaine, the Medical Records Department at the Corner Regional Hospital, where the autopsies are usually done, have no statistics to support that claim. According to a clerk there, I don't know of us having any such records. However, while the CRH seems tardy in their record keeping, indications are that more and more persons attracted by the vast sums of money involved in the drug trade are joining the ranks of mules. According to a source who has knowledge of the trade, one mule can make close to $1 million Jamaican dollars from just 10 trips to the US. I know of cases where people are paid as much as $90,000 for a single trip, the source said. In explaining the stage leading up to the cocaine being swallowed by the mule, the source explained that the powdered cocaine is cooked, mixed with drinking soda and water into a crystal form and wrapped into a capsule-like size with thin strips of grease paper. It is then placed into a latex condom which is tied at the end for security. He added that once it is wrapped into a manageable size, one person can swallow as much as 140 packages. While the Sunday Gleaner source was unable to verify the amount of cocaine one person is capable of swallowing at any one time, he said a seasoned carrier can move over $1 million worth of cocaine in one trip. According to him, there are some women who are capable of loading her belly, her vagina, and her anus and then make a major move. Despite the death of persons like Taniesha Brackett, operating a drug mule continues to be an attractive proposition for many young persons who continue to see it as a quick way to get that one big payday. There is hardly a week without a report of somebody being held at one of the island's 2 international airports trying to smuggle cocaine out of the island by various means, including ingesting. And needless to say, people are still dying to make other people rich. In looking back at the case of Taniesha Brackett and the fact that her baby was in the car in which she died, makes her story one of those unforgettable stories out of Western Jamaica. Unforgettable stories out of Western Jamaica from the scrapbooks of Adrian Freitas. Before you go, please remember to subscribe.